Casey's biggest hits.
3 years ago this week, one of the biggest hits in the USA was Wind Beneath My Wings by a star who says she can't figure out if she's a singer who acts or an actor who sings. I'll have details and that big hit after this.
You've got the pulse of the pop world, American Top 40, and I'm Shadoe Stevens. And now the story of the movie star and singer who discovered she's had it easy up to now. Sure, she's worked hard to get where she is. She first came on in the 1970s as a singer and entertainer with extravagant, funny, and fun stage shows. But then she moved into movies, and in the 80s she became a top box office star in comedies like Down and Out in Beverly Hills. That was released by a division of the Walt Disney Company, Touchstone Pictures, and they were so impressed with her string of hit movies, they offered her a chance to not only star in, but produce her next picture. She formed a company called All Girl Productions, and suddenly she had to make all the decisions. Decisions she'd never had to make before, like who to cast in the movie, what crew to use, what costumes. Even though she had experts to consult with, she had the final word. She hired director Gary Marshall, who directed TV shows like The Odd Couple and Happy Days. And together they made a movie about the 30-year friendship of a couple of unlikely best friends. She co-starred in the movie with Barbara Hershey, and the film became a critical and commercial success. The producer says, "It's too much work being a producer. 24 hours a day, they won't let you alone. You cannot imagine what a grind it is." Well, the movie she produced and starred in is now given her first top 40 hit in 8 years. Here's the divine Miss Actress, Singer, and Producer, the divine Miss M, Bette Midler. She's at number 27 this week at American Top 40. Here's Wind Beneath My Wings.
American Top 40.
You've got your finger on the pop pulse. American Top 40, I'm Shadoe Stevens. Now we're up to the second oldest woman in chart history to have a number one solo hit, and she's only 43 years old. She did it last month with the hit song from the movie Beaches, Wind Beneath My Wings. It's Bette Midler, of course. And now the oldest woman ever to have a number one solo hit reached the top of the Billboard pop chart 5 years ago with What's Love Got to Do with It. Tina Turner was just 45 years old at the time. And there you have them, the two oldest female singers to have number one solo hits, Tina Turner and Bette Midler.
Music.
Wind beneath her broom? It looks that way for Bette Midler. She's playing a witch in her next movie. Due out this summer, the $30 million picture is stuffed with state-of-the-art special effects. It's called Hocus Pocus, and it tells the story of 3 witches from the 17th century magically transported to the present-day Salem, Massachusetts on a Halloween night. Sounds bewitching.
Casey's Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem. Casey's Top 40 originates in Hollywood. Now we're up to the latest hit for a superstar whose mother loved movies. She loved them so much she named her redheaded daughter after the legendary film star Bette Davis. This woman's mother was a film fan in a nation of film fans. She loved nothing more than spending every minute she had free in a movie theater. And when she gave birth to her first child, a red-headed baby girl, there was no doubt in her mind that she had to name her after the great Bette Davis, a screen legend whose own career began on a very sour note. You see, Bette Davis was so bad in her first screen test, so self-conscious and unassured of what she was doing, that when producer Samuel Goldwyn was shown the test, he turned to his assistant and asked the question, "Who did this to me?" Well, in time, things got better for Bette Davis. She got over her insecurity and went on to win 2 Oscars, one for Dangerous and the other for Jezebel. She became one of the silver screen's best-known names. And for a fan who loved her, nothing seemed more right than naming her firstborn after Bette Davis, which is how Mrs. Midler's little girl came to have her name spelled just like Bette Davis, B-E-T-T-E. But the spirited youngster didn't like the pronunciation Betty because she felt it was too old-fashioned, so she just started calling herself Bet. These days, Bette's a big film star in her own right, and a recording star as well. She's got survey song number 4 this week on Casey's Top 40, a track from her gold album, Some People's Lives. Here's Bette Midler's From a Distance.
Casey's biggest hit.
3 years ago this week, one of the biggest hits in the USA was by a star who says she can't figure out if she's a singer who acts or an actress who sings. That's because she's had a huge career doing both. This flamboyant woman is well known for her big voice and powerful singing style. She's had 6 top 40 pop hits, songs like The Rose and From a Distance. But she's also been the star of 10 major motion pictures, including Down and Out in Beverly Hills, Ruthless People, Outrageous Fortune, For the Boys, and the movie Beaches that gave us one of the biggest hits in the USA 3 years ago this week.
Casey's Top